Hello viewers and welcome to this video. Today is the first of hopefully many YouTube videos I'm going to release inside this channel. Today I thought it'd be a really good opportunity to show you behind the scenes with a really natural insight as to how I actually operate inside my coaching program. We are going to be sharing a lot of value in terms of execution of exercises, training intensity. I'll be doing a little bit of a workout myself, and I hope to bring you videos like this once per month. In this format, we're going to be doing a lot of things behind the scenes which are going to help you improve your training and optimize your intensity as well. So if you're not subscribed, make sure you do at the bottom, and let's get stuck in. So one thing I always do before I train typically is I always have something to eat. And I just wanted to shout out this company, Fuel Hub, who I am immensely impressed with. It's been a bit stressful behind the scenes. It's been a very rocky start to the year for me personally, and I don't typically use meal prep, but I do really like these, so I thought these were worth a mention. Typically, calories, 498 calories and 58 grams of protein. And one thing I really like about this company is the amount of ingredients in the actual meals is very minimal. I think you can spot this a mile off. You can see when you use meal prep if a lot of the protein comes from things like whey protein and other sources. This is not the case, so this company absolutely go to if you want meal prep and you're prepared to spend a little bit more. These are your ones. So just a quick shout out to the gym that we'll be using for today. Local gym for me, and very good gym indeed if you are in the Harrogate or Leeds area, is Coach Gyms. The link is at the bottom of this video right now, and they have absolutely everything you need. All the kit is Nautilus, very clean, staff are great, very well priced in terms of membership, and it makes sense for me to use it as a workshop venue today. So I'm looking forward to sharing the gym with you as well. One other thing I'll say about this workshop today is it's a very small, hand-picked group that I want to give as much value as possible for. I've seen this done at large capacities, and I think a ratio of coach to client of 1 to 10 works really well. So it's deliberately a small group, and I want to give as much value to them in terms of execution, intensity, and just make sure they are upgrading the training when they're on their own as well. Over the course of this year, we are going to be doing 4 of these internally in the program, and this is exactly why we do them. Now I managed to carry 10-15 hoodies across the car park. A lot of people think I have an assistant to do this, but that is not the case. I do a lot of things myself. Hopefully, guys like them. I refuse to work with anyone who's not at least a medium. So yeah, sizes between medium and extra large, and I think, to be honest, some of the guys I work with are quite big. So they're probably going to need a double XL, which I've had to order separately. Just very quickly put this sign up. Put this up numerous times now and still can't do it first time round. Yep. Ta-da! Bingo. First time. Hopefully not offend anybody by putting that there. We just arrived at the gym. All the guys are here that said they were going to be here, which is absolutely fantastic news. Everyone's got the bags down. We're going to head into the gym, start off with the execution side of things, and yeah, we'll just see how it goes. I have tried to include everything that's been asked, and I'm going to do my best to try and get through everything by 12:45. I'll have a little break at 12:45 to 1, and then 1 o'clock we'll kick off the training side of things, little HIIT finisher at the end. Cool, it's like the world's biggest PT session. Try not to cause too much of a commotion. The incline barbell press. Okay, so first thing I always try and just get right when it comes to setting up is actually just the height of the bench. This is quite a high one. I know you train here, James. So I always try and set up the seat so that when you position yourself under the bar, your eye line's underneath the bar. That's a really important thing when you're using a barbell specifically, just for the safety of the rack and the re-rack when it gets a bit heavier when you're on your own. That's step 1. When you're working with a barbell specifically, you want to work in a slight plane of movement, so it's above your shoulders when you're at the top, your mid-chest when you're at the bottom, okay? So You want to grip in a place where your forearm is perpendicular to the ground when you're pressing all the way through. Again, that's really important whether you're using bar or dumbbells or Smith machine or even like a machine press. Your forearm wants to be 90 degrees with the machine and the line of force to actually feel your chest. If you grip too close together, if you put your hands too close together, Matt, just go a little bit closer in. You'll get a little bit more elbow flexion, meaning you'll feel your triceps a lot. You won't use your chest as much. You want to grip that sweet spot. So Matt, for you there, I know from your height, if you go a little finger just inside that line, and then bring the bar, just stop when you get to the bottom, to your mid-chest at the bottom. So elbows wise, another really important thing, don't let your elbows kind of creep backwards behind the bar. You want to keep them underneath the weight all the way through. Wrists nice and strong. Okay, so you're not bending your wrists. And then from that mid-chest position, just push back up so you're above your chin at the top. So when you're pressing with an incline, you want a very, very subtle gradient when you do it, not in a straight line up and down. Okay, so just do 5 reps, Matt. Nice and slow on the way down, big drive on the way up. The other thing I'd just say is, and I'll just show you this, when it comes to range of motion on any pressing exercise, you want to try and work to the point where it's like the natural end of your range of motion. If you take it further than that, all that's going to happen is your shoulder's going to internally rotate at the bottom. You'll start to feel your shoulders a lot. You put more pressure on your rotator cuff. So you watch, for me, I'm quite flexible across the chest. I can get to my chest quite easily without any discomfort. But if you have got a really tight upper pec, keeping a small gap at the bottom, there's nothing wrong with doing that, okay? Whether it's on a Smith machine or whether it's with a bar or with a chest press, just work within that point of the natural range of motion. If you're not sure and you want to test it, just use something like a broomstick or a band and just bring it down to where it hits and stops naturally and just work to that point, okay? Again, just a couple of things that Matt did. Mid-chest, elbows underneath, drive back. So you see how the bar's above my chin there? It's not above my mid-chest, it's above my chin when I'm getting to the top. Does anybody have any questions with this? Yeah.
You must be thinking about holding it there for half a second before pressing back up again.
Yeah, it's a good question. I would try not to bounce out of the bottom if you can, just so you get stronger at the longest part of the range of movement. So I would, like tempo-wise, if you just jump on then. I count 2 seconds down, a very, very brief pause when you get to the bottom, 1 second on the way up, and then just a very brief pause when you get to the top. Very, very subtle brief pause just for a split second. 1 second up, so a little bit more explosive on the way up then as well, just a little bit higher on your chest, so mid-chest there, yeah. If you bring it too low down your body again, you're more likely to engage your shoulders. You want to bring it a little bit higher, allow your chest to open up, okay? If you struggle with that chest open up position, really good thing to think about. If you imagine like you've got a coin between your shoulder blades are sat in your back pocket when you're pressing, keep them in your back pocket all the way through. That'll force the most amount of chest engagement, okay? So I wanted to make sure that we covered this one today. A couple of things, again, just setup wise, always put your seat so that when you're lining up, you see how my shoulder to elbow to wrist is in a nice straight line, okay? If you've got the seat a little bit too high, what you'll find is, you see how, again, it's just forcing me to internally rotate my shoulder. If you internally rotate your shoulder when you do anything chest wise, you will not feel your chest. Okay, you'll feel your shoulders a lot, you'll feel other muscle groups stepping in, it won't feel comfortable. So for me, I know that on this particular piece of kit, I've seat right at the bottom, nice straight line. I've positioned it so that is within my active range of motion. I'm not overstretching. If you overstretch on a pec deck, again, you're gonna lose that position, you'll start to feel your shoulders. So when you've got it set up, right range of movement, chest is up nice and high, what you need to think about when you're doing a pec deck is not taking the handles together. You don't need your arms completely straight. You can soften your elbows at the back. The only thing I want you to think about is driving your bicep into your chest. So you're just closing up that gap, taking the handles fully together. I'll show you what a rep looks like. Rib cage lifted up. And I'm just closing that gap, softening my elbows at the back, then driving my bicep into my chest every time I do a rep. Okay, again, you don't need to take your hands all the way in. When you're doing a working set here as well, it can be beneficial to just spend a little bit of time at the back of the movement, okay? If it feels quite difficult there's resistance on a pec deck all the way through the exercise, okay? So this part will be easier you'll fail heel last. So don't bounce it out, okay? So don't bounce out and just straight back to the front. Think brief pause, big squeeze, pause there. The same thing there. You see how I'm really opening up my chest, lifting my rib cage up, and focus on contracting hard as I can. I'm squeezing my chest hard there when I get to the front as well, okay? Control is key, all right? It's not a competition, see if you can get to the bottom of the stack on a pec deck. It's one where you really will be able to force a lot of blood in and engage your chest at a short part of the range of movement and the long as well, okay? I want most of you to have a go at this today. So let's start off with you guys on the end. Right, so elbows soft at the back. So you don't need to be completely straight at the back. You can have a little bend in the elbow. Lift that rib cage, James. And then arms a little bit straighter when you get to the front. So when you get to that front position, you're almost trying to drive your elbows together. So they want to be a little bit straighter at the front, softer at the back. And you're just thinking about closing up that gap. There's a lot of tension on his chest there all the way through. And don't bounce when you get to the back, just very brief pause, okay?
Bouncing.
Yeah.
Definitely bounce out.
Same thing goes with cables, guys, or dumbbells. Don't bounce out, just think like, open up your chest, brief pause, then take the weight together, okay? There you go. And you can just soften those elbows a little bit at the back if you like. So when you're at stretch, little bend in your elbow. And then, yeah, but then straighten them slightly when you get to the front. There you go. And again, just think about that rib cage lifted position all the way through. The other thing to think about as well, like Elliot's starting to get a little bit tired there, is lift your rib cage up. When you start to tire, don't let that rib cage drop, because again, you'll start to use your shoulders. Keep it elevated, and when you start to fail, just work where you're struggling, okay? So just, if you feel it start to roll in, it might be that you can only go to the halfway point, just drop the weight back a little bit on the next set if you're not quite in that rep range where you need to be, okay? All right, mate, we'll come off there.
Good, yeah?
Yeah, good.
You need to see a lot of people in the gym that are doing
A cuddling it, yeah.
business.
Yeah,
I saw
exactly.
someone the other day having
See it all the time.
set up there.
On the forearm.
Yeah, they were like that.
You just haven't got that stability, that's the thing. Like, you'll see like thumbless grips, like it's just,
Weird. It looked a bit unsteady everywhere.
yeah, exactly. Good man, okay. Does anyone else want to have a go on this, or quite, yeah?
It's in my program at the moment. Then.
Cool. Yeah, so because you're quite tall, I'd make sure your seat's right at the bottom for you there, Pete. Might be as low as, yeah, there you go. Probably put your hands a little bit higher on the handle. And I think to think about when you've got load, is not bouncing when you get to the back. Like it's quite a light weight this, but when you've got more weight, just very brief pause before you take it back. It's, yeah, you won't be far off the stack there. Oh my God. It's like a behemoth.
You will do as well. This one, I don't know. I don't think anything changed.
It's all right, mate. You can both start it.
What have you been eating? Go stand over there.
You're an orangutan.
So, right, just stop there, lift it, drop it down. Lift rib cage as much as you can. Like, exaggerate it to the point where it feels silly. Keep that elevated all the way through. And straighten your arms more when you get to the front. So when you get to that front position, arms straighter. Almost like you're trying to straighten them there, yeah? So it's interesting this, because Matt trains at home, so he's not used to doing things where his chest is contracted where it's fully shortened, so that's probably where like you're a little bit weaker. So it might be beneficial even if you look at like from a programming standpoint, doing a dumbbell fly, but with a band across your back. That'll be a good way to progress it rather than just going up to the next pair of dumbbells. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I like cables too.
Yeah, cable's good. Yeah. Arms together first. This one might look a little bit different to the one that's in your gym, but a lot of the principles are the same. So I think I spotted this on your exercise video. Yeah. So one thing Elliot did was he put his seat was quite low down. You see it's quite low down. I mean, the good thing about using any row exercise with a pad is it allows for a little bit more protraction, so your shoulders can wrap around the pad, and then retraction is really easy just because you've got that fixed point. That's one of the good things about using a seated row machine. He put his seat quite low down, so when that happens, where he had his hands, there was a lot of elbow flexion, meaning his elbows were doing a lot of the pulling, using his arms quite a lot. So what you've got to do is you've got to line your seat up so your forearm follows the line of force, okay? So for me there, when I pull back, my forearms are in line with the way that the weight's moving and the machine's moving as well, okay? But position this pad as well so that you can get a nice deep stretch at the front, big retraction at the back. Line your seat up so that your forearm is following that line of force whenever you're doing this exercise, okay? Does that make sense?
How much are you allowing are you allowing for like full stretch?
I would, yeah.
As much as far as your range of motion will allow?
I mean, not to the point where you're going to hurt yourself, but yeah, the benefit of you doing any chest supported row, whether it's like this or with dumbbells, is because your sternum stays in a fixed point versus a barbell row, there is more ability to protract and retract. So it's really important to use that pad. Like, don't just stop when you get to there and then kind of pull back. Like, allow your body to wrap around it and then pull back and squeeze. Yeah?
So unlike a vertical pull where you're trying to keep your shoulder blades down.
Different, yeah.
A row like that, you're wanting to get as much stretch around.
Correct. So vertical pull, you're so right. Like, you want to keep your shoulder blade in your back pocket. Allow your lat to stretch without your scapula moving. With this, let your scapula move. Let your scapula move on that horizontal plane. The other variation I wanted to touch on here was if you do it single arm. So the difference is here, when I'm doing it two arms together, it's going to mean that I can use my upper back really well. It's also a good piece of kit to use for a single arm row, especially if, like here, the dumbbells only go up to 37.5, which I'd probably say most of you can row 37.5. It's just too easy. So if you put the seat up a little bit higher, again, thinking about lat engagement, you want a nice low elbow position, like your elbow should be coming to your pocket. So when you're doing this, I would just keep my torso steady on the machine, or you might have a handle there or somewhere else where you can place it. And then just, again, still use that chest support, okay? And then just elbow down into the pocket. So again there, probably want to be a little bit higher, almost in a standing position. Elbow to pocket, but I'm still using that chest support and really thinking about keeping that shoulder down for the lat engagement. So you keep your shoulder down.
You're kind of leaning into it.
I am. I'm thinking about lining up my body, my torso, again with that line of force. So whenever you look at a piece of kit, you've got to think about where the line of force is, not just like where it says on the diagram where it should be. So if you need to be slightly skewed to one side, it might feel a lot better for muscle engagement. A bit more upper back, so you're going to get more retraction. This I would program for a last exercise, not an upper back. And does that make sense? Doing it single arm specifically, I would say it's more beneficial for lat than upper back. If you do it bilaterally, two arms together, more upper back engagement. This, again, I would say is an upper back exercise, okay? You do use your lats a lot, but if you were to keep it neutral grip and pull to there, that'll be very lat orientated. The way I would generally recommend doing this, start underneath your shoulders, just below that chest. So again, I'm thinking about moving my shoulder blades as much as possible rather than just pulling to my lat, because there's better exercises for your lat, okay? So again, use that pad. Allow your shoulders to protract over it. So let your shoulders drop. Retract hard when you get to the back. So I'm really using that pad. I've got good stability with my legs as well, okay? I'm not completely straight. Digging my feet into the ground, a bit higher. A little bit more into your chest when you get to the top. There you go, yeah. And then just, as I said, to bend, about 45 degrees, and pull them wider when you get to the back. So close at the bottom, a bit wider. You see a difference, guys, what I've just done there. So not neutral, he was pulling straight into his back pockets, which you should when you do a single arm row for lats. But for upper back, that's the way you want to do it. You want to pull it just below your chest, angle it slightly. That way he's going to get a lot of muscular torque when he gets to the top here. There you go, lovely. So again, same thing, a little bit more into your chest when you get to the top. Yep. and arch your back more. So when you get to the top, lift your rib cage off the pad slightly, there you go. And then let it roll more when you get to the bottom. So you should be using a little bit of movement on here. That's fine to do, okay? Does that feel different?
Yeah. Beforehand, I'm like there, my lats.
Yeah. Thing is, if you use your lats, you'll find you'll do a lot more weight. Like you can probably use like a 30 to 40 kilo dumbbell quite easily just using your lats. But if you deliberately pull it a little bit higher and really think about using your upper back, you might find the weight be a bit more humbled.
You've got 245s. You try to get off. That's why I always feel.
That's why I
So then, but that's me because I'm doing.
Yeah. That's it. I mean, you probably have to lay them down that. I mean, when they get really heavy, the way I like to do it is strap on to one, pick it up, and then same thing on the other. Like that. That's probably the best way to do it when they get really heavy. Or just fall. Pray it's a good bench. No, it's a tricky thing. All right, guys. Barbell row was the next one. Thing is with the barbell row is a great exercise. It's not one that I do myself personally because for that reason. I'll do an RDL. Just sometimes that static position, it can be a limitation for some people. I actually prefer doing this one a bit more parallel to the ground. Okay, so you're like really kind of bent over position. That allows you to, again, when you got your position right, shoulder blades in your back pockets, push your hips back like you are going to do an RDL, and then the weight coming into your chest. So I'm really bent over when I'm doing it there, rather than in that position. Does that make sense? So if you watch when I do it, like one thing I always do is make sure you get the rack a nice height so you can pick it off without bending over too much, especially when it gets a bit heavier. Hands for today will go overhand grip, okay? Shoulder blades in your back pockets. Step right out of the rack, chin down, keeping those shoulders down. Bar stays nice and close to the legs. Okay, so I'm pretty much parallel to the floor there. And then the weight is coming just below my chest. Okay, so that's different to if you're going just from the knee, like that. Like that's not wrong. You'll do a lot of weight there. You use your lats a little bit more, but that might feel more comfortable. So try it, show me how you normally do it first, and then try the slightly more bent over position. Right, so shoulder blades back, before you go over, stand up tall, shoulder blades back pocket, soften your knees, square your feet, yep. So that's normal position. Try it a little bit more bent over so you're more parallel to the floor. Kick your bum back as much as you can, and pull the bar just below your chest. How does that feel?
Better.
Does that feel better?
Better. Massive stretch
Yeah.
down the hamstring zone.
So the only downside to doing it like that is it does require a little bit more flexibility. If you have to do it with a little bit more of a bent knee, just adopt that stance. The other variation of row with a barbell that might work well and allow you to just have that break on your back is a pendlay row. So a pendlay row, exactly the same position, but the weight is going dead from the floor. Okay, that might be a good way to integrate it because you've not got that continual tension. However, that's probably more strength-based. The barbell row, you get muscle tension all the way through. So based on where you're currently at, I'd say try a little bit less weight, maybe than what you're currently doing. Think about sitting your hips really far back, body parallel to the floor, and just see how it feels, okay? So again, stand up tall, shoulder blades, back pockets, soft knees, and then a bit more into your chest when you get to the top. So a bit more chest. No, bit more chest than belly button. There you go. So the bar's going straight up and down, yeah? I've had lower back issues over the years, and I've always found that like doing it like that has been way more sustainable. It's been a bit more humbling in terms of weight. Like I've done rows with like 100 to 120 kilos. I can only do it like that with 60 to 90. But it's taking the tension. Correct. Yes, you're loading you're having to hinge more, so you're loading your hamstrings, glutes a bit more. All right. Is that you, Mr. Crisp? Oh, is that RDL, man? Right, so this is, I actually put a post up about this the other day. It's one of the best exercises you can do in the gym. So grip, again, either just in front of your shoulders or just outside, couple of fingers wider. Same starting position as the barbell row. So I've got my shoulder blades in the back pockets, feet about hip width, soft knees, chin's tucked down, okay? The reason why you do that, you wanna keep your head in line with your spine. Then all you're gonna do is keep your legs relatively straight, but not completely straight. They should not be like that, okay? So soft knees, hinge, sitting my hips backwards. I'm working to the point where if I go any further, I'm gonna have to round my lower back. And then from there, drive my hips into the bar, no further, so I'm not overextending, and I'm finishing at that point, okay? So hips back, lengthen hamstrings, lats are still engaged. Drive hips through, tense glutes hard, okay? Sign of a good RDL, bar contact with your legs. So I'm thinking about forcing the bar that way, all the way through the movement, okay? It took me a long time to get this right. So let's have a look at you, Elliot, on this, because I think, so try and keep, if you can, try and keep your legs a little bit straighter, think more hinge. More from the hips, 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 hips. There you go. And just keep that bar really close. Happy Gilmore. No, wait, what's Right, keep the bar really close to your legs.
That forces you forward, right?
Yeah, but to keep your lats engaged, you want to be pressing that bar into your body all the way through. So you're forcing the bar that way, okay? If you imagine you've got a pencil under your armpits all the way through, when you do an RDL, don't just hinge over and expect your hamstrings and glutes to take it. Keep this as tight as you can, okay? That takes all the load off your posterior chain, or it takes a little bit more off, okay? My legs, this is from RDLing. I've literally lost a layer of skin on my legs from RDLing. Imagine like with your hips, closing the door with your bum. Yeah. So pencils under armpits, chin tucked down, close the door with your bum. There you go. And just think chin down, like trying to double chin bend. That's it, chin down, chin down, chin down. But bar contact with legs. So press it in, don't let it leave your legs. Press it all the way down, press it into your quads. Press it more. Yep.
Closer to my shins.
Touching all the way through. So yeah, when you're going down, all the weight's on your heels. All the weight's on your heels. Press that bar into your legs all the way through, and then drive through. But I've not let it lose contact. Okay, so iliac pull down. Has anyone, you've got this in? No? Oh, it's you. Yeah. Okay. Right. So with this, if I'm honest, I'd probably prefer the cable a little bit higher. But just for today, we can demo it here, just because I'm gonna have to put the bench a little bit closer up. But again, like the key thing to think about is that line of force, matching that with your forearm. As we've said, anything lat based, shoulder blade, back pocket, leaning over to the side that you're using to try and get the most amount of engagement. So you want a nice stable bench. These are really solid, these ones, okay? Just straddle it. I quite like to have that leg straight, okay, because it gives you a little bit more space with your legs. So if you sit there, you'll hit your legs. You use the bench just for support. Shoulder blade, back pocket, but I'm keeping that down. I'm not letting it lift up towards my ear. The shoulder staying down. Then elbow. I'm just putting my elbow in my pocket, okay? So I'm not letting my shoulder move. This one, keeping my scapula still. All right. So again, you see line of force. It's matched by my forearm. I'm leaning into the machine, so my body's lined up properly. Nice slow release, shoulder down, elbow in your pocket, okay? So lift your chest up as much as you can. Straighten this outside leg so you just got a little bit more space. Shift your body more over to that side so you lean into it. And keep that shoulder down. Right, now go. Don't pull it too far, you're not trying to pull to me. Just pull until you feel your elbow hit my hand and then stop. Lift your chest up more. There you go. And just keep pulling to that point. Feel the difference? So don't think elbow back behind you here. Pull it down into your pocket, like trying to go down there, yeah? So go again, elbow to pocket. It's the same as Matt. Straighten this outside leg, straighten it. And then lean your body more over that side. Shoulder down, then elbow in your pocket. Good lad, there you go. On the money there. Just that very subtle tweak. So a couple of people did that. Make sure when you do this, guys, if you straighten the outside leg, you don't get in, your elbow won't get in the way. So it's just a little bit better just to lean into it, straighten your outside leg, and give yourself loads of space that way. Crucifix lateral raise in your plan. You can do it with a bench. It gives you a little bit more stability, and just it also gives you a little bit more to think about in terms of setup. A different way you can try to do this is on the floor, especially if you're training in a commercial gym. Like in here, floor space is a bit tight as well, so even if you've got a bench, it can work really well on the ground. I'd recommend probably putting the pulleys about head height when you sat down. Okay, or just below, between shoulder and head height. The key thing you want to think about whenever you do a crucifix lateral raise is you want to use the cables to your advantage. You want to keep the tension all the way through. I've seen a couple of videos of people recently where they almost let the cable go completely slack when they get to the front. You want to keep a little bit of bite on your shoulder, okay, and use your base, whether it's the ground or whether it's a bench, just for stability, and really think about externally rotating your shoulder and squeezing them hard. Start with a weight, so I've got a little bit of tension there, and pull back so that the handles on my wrist is pretty much at the ground, okay, so you're not working to there, arms almost fully extended, keeping a ton of tension all the way through the exercise, okay? So I'm not letting them go completely slack when I get to that point, to there. Yeah. So you keep a little bit of tension when you start the movement, and you're taking your wrists all the way down to the ground. Don't cross your wrists when you get to the front. Even less than that, so just go to there where they're just in front of your shoulders. That's it. So that's 5 kilos, that feel heavy. Right, so go a bit closer in. Yeah. That's it. And when you get to the front, don't bounce. So just very brief pause, and then back. A bit more above your head, a bit more closer to that mirror behind you. There you go. So you're essentially, guys, raising in a Y position. That's what it should look like when you're on a back point. Yeah, good. Does anyone else want to just jump in on this setup? Yeah. And don't cross your wrists as well. So like with James there, just keep them about the same width as your body. Palms facing down towards the ground. Yep. There you go. And like a Y, like trying to take your eye watch to the floor behind you. There you go. That's it. So to externally rotate, palms up to the ceiling when you get to that point, but down to the floor when you get to the front. What's up? You like this one? It might be better with cuffs for you as well, because you're quite strong. If you cuff it around the wrist, because you're quite strong, you might find the limitation is your grip and your wrist. Especially if you go over, like that's 5 kilos, you go over 10, it starts to become a bit difficult. So we've just taken the guys through the exercise they struggle with the most in their own workouts. Really, really useful just to break down and actually just get their perspective on not just what it is they struggle with exercising, but the logistics sometimes of when they're in the gym on their own. Because when you're in a commercial gym, sometimes moving a bench or the setup of that exact cable, there's so many different variables that can make barriers with a movement, and it's just really useful just to be able to break them down. Okay, so now we've done the teaching elements part of the workshop. What we're now going to do is we're going to break out into small groups of 3 and 4 and work through a normal strength training session with some of the teaching points factored in that they've already covered on the gym floor. So this is the fun bit. This is the bit where all the good information comes out and everyone has a bit of a laugh. It'd be a good crack, and I'm looking forward to it. So one thing I always find is when I use this shoulder press, when it slides me that way when the weight gets a little bit heavier, but see how we go. Go on. Ben's just gonna make me look really bad now. Big drive, let's go. Come on. One more with me. Deep breath there, deep breath, slowly down. Good. About 15. Yeah, 15, 10, 5. There we go, quick maths. How many guys it takes to work out how much weight to put on a shoulder press? I've got it. Yep. Lovely. Thing I just want to say is when I do an iliac pull down, I always like to favour with my slightly weaker side because I'm more dominant with my left because I'm left-handed. So starting with that right side, I can then balance both sides, and over a period of time, going back way back when I used to do swimming at a very high level, I always used to breathe to one side, so I had a massive muscular imbalance. And doing single arm exercises like an iliac pull down, like a dumbbell row, have really helped me achieve a more muscular balanced physique, and visually as well, it's made a massive difference. Do you know what, Elliot? Like, I'll say that when I started I went from doing dumbbell presses forever to doing dumbbell presses and Swift machine, now like my staple for chest. Yeah. And then when I first moved to this gym, I started doing barbell. I felt like I was landing a plane in high winds. And it takes a little bit of time to get used to using a bar. Because that you have to stabilize your whole body, like really dig your feet into the ground, make sure your hips are planted, make sure your whole posterior chain's engaged. Yep. Cool. Felt good. I know. I'm there. Go on. Good. Keep going, you got more there. Go tough, Ellie. Go. Good. Come on, not nice, Sam. Not good.
A little bit stop weight sauce.
No, you're fine with the one.
I'm not just saying it, just got the best group of guys.
Rindy goes to
Get to 30, and life just gets that little bit harder on some level.
I don't think.
What's hard stays, what's easy
me,
goes.
Working with you over the past 2 years, I don't think hard's the word. It doesn't get harder. It's different.
Yes. It doesn't get easier, it just get better.
Two
Just get
years
better.
ago, I would say it's harder.
Yeah,
Now, I'd say it's different. And your approach to a situation
yeah,
is different. It's still difficult,
yeah.
but your approach to a situation.
Well, that's it, you get over obstacles more quickly,
Yeah.
and it doesn't get harder, you just get better, you get more able to navigate it.
The way I categorise it is you learn to compartmentalize stuff into different boxes and think about it
Yeah,
logically.
exactly.
And you use stuff like this and like conversations with like-minded people to sort of cope
Yeah, exactly.
in a like a negative way, I guess.
No, exactly. 100%. Well, glad it's having that impact. We get back in there, my gap. Spicy set. Just say one thing about tricep push downs. It's one of those exercises where you let your shoulders roll forward too much, you lose that posture, you're not engaging the muscles in your back. Very, very quickly, you don't feel your triceps that well. So if you do a push down, you're not feeling it. It's either too heavy or your posture's wrong. Have a little play around with the handles as well. If you're too close together, your shoulders roll in, hands a little bit wider, allow you to keep that chest proud, and you'll feel your triceps a lot more. Just remember, they're 15 kilos. You don't need massive weights to get big arms. The biggest mistakes I've made is trying to climb the rack. It's not a ladder to bigger arms. Get more out of using slightly less weight. Think about keeping your elbows in a fixed position, really shortening your bicep but lengthening it as well without using your muscles in your back and your shoulders. That's a 40. It's 40 kilos, 10 reps. Didn't quite make the rep range, unfortunately. But don't swing, just go to halfway and hold it. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Down, good. That's it, up as high as you can. And down. Good lad. Nice. Partials like that are more beneficial than just using the full reps sometimes.
I end up doing that on all my biceps because I can never get, like I say, I'll do first set, I feel like really easy to 15.
Yeah.
And it'll just drop so quick, like I said, 10, and then I'm down at 5 and 6 on my third set.
Exactly. Right guys, so I'm going to split you up into threes. 10 minutes. The way this is going to work is you're going to ski for 45 seconds and we're going to do it as a conveyor belt. So you basically ski as many meters as you can, set your ski for meters, 45 second ski. When you come off the ski, you do 20 press ups and then plank until it's your turn to go on the ski erg again, okay? So very simple, ski 45, 20 push-ups, plank until it's your turn.
Slow push-ups per minute.
3, 2, 1, go!
Freeze, on my elbow, tucked to the 6 deep. It's a fuck no, tuck tucking in the bed. Look lean, look red, oh, lay it on thick. Look at me, look at that rose, look black grease. On my elbow, talk to the 60s. Fuck no, tucking in the bed. Look lean, look red, oh, lay it on thick. Look at me, look at that rose, look black. Whole time I'm coasting, breaking the whip invoice. It was cold, did I call me these nets invoice? It was cold, did I handle my biz, big noise?
Guys,
I was
last 10
so
seconds.
choking a bit. Bear in mind with the XO kissing up.
And time. There's a couple of DNFs because someone pressed reset, but
It's a couple of times, yeah. Sorry.
that was good, chaps.
Oh no, that was my last.
I think we're all winners.
You said 10 to go, so
All right, guys, awesome stuff. We'll head into the seating area for a bit. I need to cool down a little bit. But thank you so much for today. I know that we've run over a little bit on time, and I appreciate you putting time aside on a Saturday. But honestly, it's been so good to have all of you here today. Thoroughly enjoyed it. I hope you have as well, and I hope you took a lot of value from some of the points we've shared. So good job, guys, and I hope to see you all again soon. Good man. Ben.
Cheers, Paul. Great session.
Yeah,
Enjoyed
you
that
as well.
fella.
You as well. Ben. Yeah, good man. Good stuff. Good man. James. Thank you for that. No problem. Matt, thank you.
Brutal one, yeah.
That was hard.
Yeah.
The planks.
Amazing.
I thought the planks.
You're definitely unreal.
Enjoy that.
One of the other next time. Either plank or press up, not both.
Tough. You're good. Not quite free, but as good as. So that's a wrap. First workshop of the year, done and dusted. I feel it went extremely well, and look forward to making more content like this. So make sure you subscribe. Thank you once again to Coach Jims in Harrogate for having us down, and I'll see you all soon.